is some of my collection of Arduino. There are a lot of different Arduino, and this is just a few of collection that I can show to you. And some I left it in my office, like from Intel, the Intel Galileo, and the other Arduino Mega, Arduino Mini, but I didn't bring it here. So the first thing is, what I want to discuss is what is actually Arduino. If we look at this in this official Arduino websites here, it states that Arduino is an open source electronic platform based on easy to use hardware and software, which means all the circuitry, the software design, programs behind the software is all released to you. Which you can actually remake this board here, this Arduino board here, and add some additional functioning on it, and give credits to the original owner again. But you can actually do anything, you can add anything on your Arduino. For example, if we look at this Arduino exists here, there are one of like this one, the Genuino 101, which have a Bluetooth low energy functionality added on the boards. And this one here, the Arduino Yun, is basically have the Wi-Fi added functionality added in the boards, and also the Linux functionality. And then we have the other derivatives of Arduino, which is not from Arduino itself, like this one here from Wemos D1, which is not actually the original Arduino. That's why if you see here, for example, for the Arduino Uno, this one, there are stated Arduino here, but some has, as you can see here, written as Genuino, which means it wants to differentiate between these two. One is the original Arduino, the genuine Arduino, which is the Genuino, and like this one, this is also the genuine Arduino from the Arduino, the creator itself. And this is the derivative Arduino, which makes by other people, Arduino Uno, because again it is open source, so you can recreate it again, you can redevelop it again, and do include any other functionality. This is just some example with just a little bit different functionality or additional functions, like compare if you look at between these two Arduino here, Arduino Uno and the Leonardo, is almost the same, but the only difference is the microcontroller here, as you can see, and also the number of ports, the number of analog and digital and PWM ports here. If you look at carefully, the curly symbol here means the PWM ports. So the PWM ports for the Leonardo is more than the PWM ports of the Uno. So these are some of the difference, the derivative of the Arduino that we have so far. And here is the smallest one from this collection, the Arduino Nano. So you need to know what kind of functions you want for your project, so then you can choose the correct Arduino for your project. For example, if you want to have to do like this robots here, so this robot here, so we want to embed everything on this robot, so that's why we choose the Arduino Nano here. And for your information, this robot here is basically made in-house from UMP itself, by our ex-students, the graduates from the UMP. I have also write some books, one book for this robots here, on how to control the robot using the Android application, which you can get this book here, Electronic Systems, the code and the apps. You can get it if you want. If you would like to try to develop a basic app and to control these robots here. Besides that, we also have this Genuino that we can communicate with the Android app as well. And because of that, I also have another book, which it is called Electronic Systems Internet of Things, which use the Arduino 101 in it. So there are two books that is written by me for communicating these two devices, or the two bots here, or the robots here. So if you would like to get that book, you can find it in the Shopee. Electronic System, the Robot and the S, 26 ringgit, or if you want to get the Robot and the Codes, 25 ringgit, and also the Electronic System Internet of Things, 21 ringgit. So sempat lagi promote, but it's not compulsory. This is just if you are true beginner, it's just promotion. Ambil kesempatan. So these are some differences which since there are a lot of differences of the Arduino, that's why you need to know which one is suitable for your project. From the feedback that I asked you in the Google Classroom, some of you have already have experience in using Arduino, and therefore if you just follow this class, it is too basic, and so you might be bored for the class. That's why I suggest you to think of what kind of project you want to do. So you need to form a group later, just 2 person in one group, where you need to develop a project, and in that project, the best thing is you can prove that project, or you can demo the project in the real situation. So okay, I just directly brief the project for this semester. So the project for this semester is you need to find problem around your housing area that you can help automate it. Which means there are lots. For example, you can choose automatic garden, water dripper for your house garden, home intruder alerts, auto lamp or appliance switch, and then what else? For example, if you want to apply something on the malls or the schools around you, so you can choose any project. Just 2 person per group. So try to think of this project directly. Try to find any problem that you can find in your house, and then why I need you to directly think about this, because you can start to think on which Arduino is the best for you to choose for your project. And for example, if your project is just requires you want to make a small project, so you can choose this Arduino Nano. If you need to use the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, so you might need to choose the other Arduino here, or just the derivative Arduino here, like the Wemos D1 here, and many more. That's why I asked you to start to think about what kind of project you want to do in this group, and try to search for these devices. I will give the link for the group formation by next week, so you can start plan to buy your hardware before week 5. But again, when you think about the project, don't be too ambitious with a very complex project. Just make sure the sensor exists, and hardware and simulation model are affordable lah. Don't just think about a bombastic idea and then the sensor is too expensive, which you are not affordable for you to buy. That's why try to find the best project, the not too simple but not too complex. And again, why I ask you to get one of the hardware is because one member, the best thing is one member will do programming and circuit simulation, and one more member doing the hardware construction. So both of you can get different skills, and in other words, there will no sleeping partner in the group project, because both need to do something, because you are doing this project in your house, and therefore one person will focus on the programming and simulation and will demo it in the video later, and one more person will do the hardware construction based on the programming that this member one does, and do the real testing in the real situation. So if it is a water dripper, so make sure it is tested on the water dripping system, the real garden, in around your house. Or if you will do any project for your moats around you, so you must test it in the moats, for example. uh, that's why again, try to get one per group, just one per group. You don't need to get both. So this project here, what you need to think of, the system must include all these following specifications here, uh, which means it needs to have switches or the digital input or digital sensor if you have. So think about the project like this, meaning that there will be buttons or there will be a switch, there will be LCD, screen, there will be LED lighting up to show the conditions, the 7 segments. This is the digital output, and then the analog input, which is the analog sensors. This is the highest mark, so don't forget to include it, or to choose a project that have the analog inputs. Again, when you choose your project, don't worry, discuss with me, so I will say whether it is meet the requirement or not. So if it is meet requirement, then you can continue. If it is not meeting the requirement, then you need to think again. And then you need to have the just LCD 16 to 2, 16 times 2, 16 column and 2 row with moving display, which means the wording in the LCD must be able to move, blinking and so on. And finally, a motor with either DC motor or servo motors. That's why I give the water dripping system just now, so that you can change the motor speed, for example, or the motor direction to turn on and off the water dripping system. And some of you might ask whether you can claim or not if you buy this hardware. That I cannot give the answer yet, so I will give this answer later. I try to get the permission, the authorization for the claim process, but let's say if you can't claim, you can just keep it to yourself, which you can exploit more, and also you can just that's why I give this kind of project that you can directly apply in your house, so you can keep it directly without the need for you to resubmit the hardware again. This is the best thing. That's why the best thing is try to get it first, but although I can't make it compulsory for you, just if you would like to get as more skills as you can, especially for those who already have the experience in this subject, it is best for you to get one, especially for those who really want to have additional or all the required skills in this subject, the software development skills, the hardware development skills, and also the simulation skills. So you can get all the 3 skills all together in just this one course, which means we can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Kill 3 birds with 1 stone, or many birds if you want, just with 1 single stone. That's why I really suggest try to get it if you want to try with the real hardware. For those who already have it, then that's great. You can just directly do or just directly use that hardware, and for all the tasks that I give in this class. So why I suggest this kind of project for this semester, because from our feedback that I have asked in the Google Classroom last time, there are a lot of views saying that, like Faz here from Kota Tinggi Johor, I really want to learn and understand all the things about this subject, so that I will be able to apply this course in the future and in life. And then the second one from Naim Pasir Mas Kelantan, how to apply in our life. Amir from Alustar Kedah. I really want to learn and enhance my knowledge about microcontroller programming for my future project. Amin from Sungai Petani. I want to expand my creativity using Arduino to create some new technology for our daily life. Daily life juga. And then Mimi, I want from Sibu Sarawak. I want to learn about microcontroller and apply it in my task, project, and my future electronic invention. So most of you give this kind of feedback to me, and that's why I give this kind of project for you, so that you can directly apply in your life, in your daily life. And some has give some concern about not doing the project with the real equipment. Ideal Jerantut Pahang, I'm pretty sure that you can teach is the most better way. The only problems for me is we are not doing this with the real equipment and tools, but it's okay. And that's why I suggest one group, get one hardware, so that you can have real experience with the real equipment or the real components. And this project here worth 30% of your of your carry marks. So please make sure you do it. And then we have 2 quizzes, and also 2 labs, and the continuous assessment. Some random tasks I will choose for the lab marks, and there are 20 more percent here that I will choose for the continuous assessment, which means please do the tasks that I give you every week. Don't skip any tasks. And finally, we have the one practical test with 30% of your carry mark, which end up with 100% totally. So that is just the basic briefing of this project, of this course. Why we choose Arduino in this course? So if we look back at this website here, why Arduino? The first thing first is it is inexpensive. It is cheap. So because of it is cheap, that's why I suggest you to get one. Get one per group. Let's say if you search on the Shopee, for example, you can get this. This is the whole set. The whole set Arduino, which have, I think it have almost everything that we will cover in this course. So if you get it, as you can see, it's just 87 ringgit and 21 cent, which means if you share between you, you can just need to come up with 45 ringgit per person only. That's why I really suggest you to get this, especially to those who already have experience in doing the Arduino, because you will be bored in this class if you just follow the class as usual. And again, for the second reasons why we choose Arduino is because it is cross platform, which means that you can use this software or the software of the Arduino IDE in any platform. So if you have Apple, Macintosh OS, iOS or Linux in your house, so you don't have any excuse to skip this class, or any excuse to say that you can't do your project. And then we have a simple and clear programming environment, the Arduino IDE, which is easy to use, that I will show you in the next video. And then we have, like I've said before, it is all open source, meaning that you can actually build by your own self. If you click here, as you can see, okay, so this is the Arduino, not in this board form, but it is more on the breadboard, so which you can assemble it by your own self. For the experienced student, I really suggest you to try to do this instead of just following this class, following how to do the coding. The best thing is you try to assemble it by yourself on the breadboard. Try to get this all these parts here. This is the parts that you can find online. and try to assemble by yourself. Last time in the previous semesters we have taught this in our course, but I don't know why it has been removed from the syllabus. But it's the same thing. Basically, we try to redevelop the Arduino so that you can actually make your own derivative of the Arduino. So in this website here, the standalone website here, you can basically, it will teach you one by one the steps, one by one, like we teach the previous students in this course on how to do the regulator circuit, the power circuits, and then we have the LED, the connections of the what else, the clock, yeah, the clock, the reset circuit, yeah, here, and then there are what else, yeah, until the end, until you complete the circuits, and with the this one here, the what we call this, the FT3232 breakout board for you to reprogram your chip. Yeah. So if you can follow this one by one, is good for you because there are questions from Chow, from Klang Selangor. Say a question for you. Say if want any challenges in learning this subject. So if this subject is too easy for you because you already have experience, so you can try to do this. This is one challenge for you, and since it is more challenging than those who just program the board, meaning that there will be extra marks, there will be bonus mark, don't worry. So whatever you did more in this class, you will get more. It will not be similar. So that's why I really suggest you to try to do this circuits here. If you want to try to follow this and you have problems, don't worry, you can always ask me. I will be more than happy to help you, so I will answer your questions. Yeah, don't worry. Besides that, Arduino have this shield here, as you can see here, like this one. This is the GPS shield for receiving the GPS data, and then we also have this one here, the SD card adapter, SD card shield, which actually you can just take this one Arduino and directly fit on top of this Arduino, just like this. Yeah, and when you directly connect like that, yeah, it will fit nicely on the Arduino and making a nice final circuits or nice embedded circuits that you can put it anywhere in your project or in the field that requires a casing and so on. So it is easy. That's why this is one of the advantage of using Arduino, and that's why we focus on the Arduino in this course. And I think that's it for this first chapter or first video. And if you like this video, as usual, hit the like button and consider yourself subscribing to this channel. And stay safe, stay curious, and stay joyful. I'm Ikhwan. May God bless you. Assalamualaikum.